Do you ever feel like your emotions just like ruin your life? It's like sometimes you feel like you want to do the work, you want to like really pursue your goal, or sometimes you want to go out there, socialize with people, connect with them. But the next day is a whole fucking different story. It's like, fuck, now I don't want to do anything. And if you feel like that, then this video is going to really help you out because here's the thing that most people don't realize, right? You might be thinking, oh, you need to follow your feelings or just do what your feelings tells you, right? That's who you are. Or even your thoughts. Sometimes you tell like shit, if I'm thinking this way, it means I'm that. And if you actually think about it, right? If I actually go in depth here, the thoughts you have causes those emotions. And also it's the same for like if emotions happen, let's say you feel a certain way, you have thousands of thoughts to justify why you feel that way, right? So like, let's say you feel like you want to like, um, you feel a way to like, oh, I just want to sit down and be comfortable. It's not that you want to eat the junk food or procrastinate or do all this shit. It's not that, right? People think that the way they feel has to be justified and need to get rid of it, right? They're like, oh, I need to do something to get rid of this. Oh, I need to go out there and do something about this. If not, I don't want to feel like this. And the more they resist, the more the emotions persist, right? It's the same with the thoughts. If there's a thought, you don't have to attach yourself to that thought. You don't have to like say like, if I have these thoughts just arise, instead of fucking attaching yourself and saying that's me, I'm telling you, it's not gonna end well because every thought we have is fucking neutral. Is that the emotion we put to it causes us to feel a certain way, right? So let's say, let me just give you an example, right? You say like, oh, I feel I want to eat something. I just want to like eat junk food, sit down and not want to do anything. Or just feel like, oh, I just feel too anxious to go out there and socialize with people. And you know what, I'm just gonna not go there. And here's the thing that they don't realize. The feelings comes and goes. But the actions you do, the attitude you have towards it adds up in the future. Makes sense? So the feelings comes and goes. Thoughts comes and goes. But the reason why they stay is because we, the person who's absorbing these things, are not going to woohoo and really, really deep here. Is the reason why we attach too much meaning towards it. And I know you might be saying, like, why is that saying meaning too much? What the hell is attachment and all that stuff? Yeah, I mean, if you have never heard about this, then it might not make sense. But if you actually think about it, the feelings we have is now like addiction, if that makes sense, right? So if you like feel a certain way, automatically your brain says like, oh, we should do this. Now the habit fucking rules your life, right? So that's the reason why you stop feeling, stop letting your feelings control your life, because this is the biggest reason why people when they start their New Year resolution, they never ever go past to like let's say 2 weeks, and it's not even their fault. The information is out there that is so fucked up. It's like they give you the half story, and the other story is like they don't even know that shit, right? And here's the thing: people say like, "I need to discipline myself to do something," but the thing that stops them is their thoughts and feelings. Not nothing else, nothing outside, not the people out there, nothing. Is their thoughts and feelings, and those things causes them to act the way they are, and these things comes deeply from your identity. Right. So if you think a certain way, let's say I used an example for the New Year's, right? So people when they start, let's say they want to like lose weight or they want to have a better social life or they want to start connecting, go out there, socialize, go on dates and everything, right? But they don't then see they don't see themselves as a person who are doing those things, if that makes sense. Like, let me give you an example about a smoker, right? So there's a two people. Let's say there's two people. One that says, "Oh, I'm trying to quit smoking," and the other guy says, "Oh, I don't smoke anymore." Do you see the difference? Here's the thing: I'm trying to quit the thing. Basically means he's still a smoker. When he says trying to quit, means there's still an identity or there's still a belief that he has, and those beliefs causes him to think a certain way. But the other guy, he said, I don't smoke anymore. He means he's not a smoker anymore, let alone do the action. right? There's an identity there. It's not about the actual action that you don't do. So when you want to go to a gym, don't say, I'm going to go to a gym every single day. I'm saying, I'm a gym guy. I don't know if you even call that. It's like, I'm an athlete. So when you start identifying yourself to that identity, for you, it's easy. You start thinking that way, you start feeling that way, and you start acting that way, right? And I'm not gonna lie, it takes time. It actually takes time. So the habits you've been doing, right? The things you've been doing in your life. And if you feel like it's the same fucking pattern every single time, then you need to have a shift in your life. You need to have a shift, not your thoughts, how you think, or what you do. All those things are superficial. But once you shift your identity in your deep core, you shift your fucking identity. You start believing different things. You start thinking a different way. You start acting a different way. Right? Instead of focusing on the superficial stuff, when you actually transition into that identity you really want to have, everything else falls into place like a fucking cake. If you can even say that. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that back to what you're saying, all right, the emotions and thoughts you have is dictating your life, right? But when you shift into an identity that, let's say, it's like a guy who uh, wants to be socializing and be charismatic of that person, and he starts acting that way, right? Of course, at first, not gonna be hard. Those old feelings, those old past conditioning is gonna be there. We need to know how to like handle that. If you don't know how to handle that, then it's gonna be it's gonna backfire you. But here's the thing: what you need to realize is that first, have a goal or an identity you really want to pursue. And the thing is, you might be saying, "Oh, you just trying to be pretending to be someone else." But the thing is, the person who you are right now, right? If you like to be the person who you are right now, okay, that's not bad. Being who you are right now, specifically, everybody is individually perfect from their core. But if the life you're experiencing right now is not what you really want, then it's not even your fault. You're being conditioned that way. So if you want that conditioning in your life, if you want that environment from when you were born to right now, right, and has conditioned you that way, and if you feel like that's who you want to be, then that's good. But if that's something you really don't want, if that's been dictating your whole fucking damn trajectory of your life, right, and also you're gonna it's also is gonna like dictate your future, right, then you need to do something about it. And the easiest way is to not change yourself, is to shift into an identity that's gonna serve you. Make sense? So I'm not saying to change what you do, just change, not change, but shift yourself. Shift your identity that you really want to have. What I help with people is like become more socializing and become more charismatic and everything, and able to get rid of that internal voice they have, right? So they can be just calm, composed, and at ease when you're talking to people. That's the thing I help. But here's the thing, you can shift to anything you want in life. And that's the beauty of this identity shifting. It's not just about things you superficial stuff, but permanently. And of course, there's other things you need to go about it. Sometimes you need to get rid of the old identity to become the new one. Now the new one doesn't serve you anymore. So you need to like create another like identity and get into that. That's a whole different story, right? So that's the thing. Don't let your emotions control your life. First, shift your identity. Start looking like somebody who actually wants to become a person. Now, when you're trying to imitate or start to become that person, you're gonna have those feelings and thoughts of your old self. And the only way to not get rid of it is gonna go away in a matter of times. But the only thing that's gonna block it is you trying to resist it, or you just trying to like judge the emotions or the thoughts you have throughout that journey. So that's the second part. Don't resist. Don't do anything. Just let it be there, because it's like, what do you call that stuff? It's just trying to process. We have gone through all that shit, right? So that's the second thing. Third, continue with the thing. There's gonna be shit in the what do you call that stuff? Fuck. In the journey and everything, but it's just part of the process. It is part of the process. So start seeing yourself as a person who's like who you want to become. everything else falls into place. You're gonna have those worries, you're gonna have those fucked up emotions, thoughts, and everything. But unless you don't attach yourself, you're never gonna suffer. I know you gotta be went too deep here, but it is what it is. And if you want to clarify this and everything and want to go more in depth on this, also have a free private community. Just click the first link in the description where we have weekly calls. I'm also like offering one-on-one calls and everything. You have other people in there communicating together, having wins and all that stuff. It's crazy out there. It this journey, if I'm being honest, it is lonely at first. If you don't have anybody right now, because I know for a fact when I started, people who I was surrounding with weren't where I wanted to be, right? And that can really affect who you're trying to become because it's like you like there's a force like pulling you back, but also your environment fucking you up. That's a really bad. So I just wanted to have a community. So I was like, you know what, let me just make a community for people because I know how fucked up it is, like to have not have a fucking like what's it called? A community of people who's trying to help you, right? So that's why I make a free community. If you want to join and everything, you'll love that shit, bro. It's completely free. You can leave anytime you want, but the people who join, they never leave. So if that sounds like you would like it, then join the community, bro. And I see you in there. I can't wait to change your life. Let's get it. All right. Take care.